Tрэвис, tell us, please, what's wrong?
We lost.
Yeah.
Tough game, tough one to swallow. We were up 7 with 3 minutes left. We kind of just fell apart at the end. Tough one, and we really needed it. But hopefully we get a little help tonight with Jerusalem, and we gotta get ready for the next games. We have away at Jerusalem, and then we have Strasbourg at home still for Euro Cup. So we gotta have those 2 wins, and hopefully we get a little help. So we'll see.
And everybody in Saratov watched your games out of here, and it seemed like you were very weak. What's wrong?
Yeah, we didn't. We had a very bad road trip. Nothing was wrong. With the team, everyone's together. There's no problems like that. We just weren't playing well. On offense, our defense has improved. Those games too, but our offense wasn't there. Tonight we showed better. We pushed the ball, we ran faster. We got transition buckets, easy shots. So that's a positive that we could take from that. So now if we could keep it going, put them together, and it should be a better result.
And did you meet Reggie Williams before somewhere?
I have not. Not before here. I have not. He's a good guy. Reggie's a good guy. He's a good player. I've seen him or seen stats, in the NBA, stuff like this. So we just need to keep getting him acclimated, getting used to our offense, getting used to the guys, and us getting used to him, how the way he plays, and get it to work a little bit better, So.
Тяжело ли было настраиваться после того, как в Нижнем у Трэвиса не получилось набрать очков?
No, I have confidence in myself. It was a bad game. I didn't play well at all. It was a different game too. I felt a little out of it, I guess. I felt like I was standing around a little too much. That's also due to my fault too. I could be a little bit more aggressive with certain things. So, I talked to the coach about it and how I felt and stuff. But coming into the next game, you just gotta forget about it and play well the next time. So play better at least. Hopefully play well. But and tonight was better. Missed some shots. A couple thought they were going down. Didn't want to stick in. But that's sports. That's basketball. And just keep on working. We worked back into the game, and that's why it's so tough. Bad first quarter for us, and we worked so hard to get back, and we got up by 7, and then fell apart the last couple minutes. So it's tough, but I felt fine out there. I have confidence in myself when we start the game, so that wasn't a problem.
Теперь очень маленькие шансы остаются на выход из группы. Будете ли сегодня смотреть матч ХПЛ и с Страсбура?
We'll keep a close eye on that for sure. We need Hapoel to win for us, tonight, and so hopefully we could still get out of this group. We put a lot. We're in a tough spot. Now that we need help for sure. Tonight's win would have been nice to still kind of hold our own fate. But we'll see. We'll definitely be watching it for sure, all the guys.
Если все-таки не получится выйти из группы, можно считать Кубок Европы успешным в этом году для Автодора?
It's first season for Автодор. I think we have a good team. I think we have a good enough team to get out of the group. So that would be a little bit disappointment for us personally as basketball players. We're playing hard. The group is good too. The Gran-Канария is a very good team. They made the finals last year of Euro Cup, and they're always competitive in ACB. Strasbourg is the EuroLeague team in our group, obviously a good team. And Jerusalem's a solid team as well. At this point, everyone's good. There's no bad teams in the groups. Yes and no. It'll be disappointing for us if we can't advance, but we're playing hard. So it's that's sports. Sometimes like tonight, it's just sometimes it don't fall. And your way. So we'll see. But I would say success. For sure. But I wouldn't hold our heads down because of it. But at the same time, there'll be a little chip on our shoulder. We'll be a little upset that we didn't make it. But I think that's the competitive nature of anybody, that's playing sports in general. You want to win. You don't want to ever lose. You want to be that last person standing. But so we'll see, and we'll see tonight. Watch that game, and hopefully we can, get a little luck on our side.
That's all.
And the last one from me, please.
No problem.
Do you work as a leader of the team with Artem Klimenko? Because when he is not very good, he seems to be very bad.
Yeah.
He can only be very good and very bad. And
Yeah.
you, as a leader, do you
For
work
sure.
with him?
Yeah. We talk with him all the time. I mean, the coaches, us as players, me, Jeremy, for sure. Try to keep him. It's a games of ups and downs, runs sometimes, and you gotta keep a level head. Sometimes, and we need him to be, aggressive. Have that fire in his eyes, ready to go. Dunk on people, block shots. But there's sometimes, if he makes a couple of mistakes, he gets down. Try to keep him in the game. Come on. Talking to him throughout the game. Talk to him at practice about this stuff too. But yeah, we're trying to. He's talented. He's a young kid. He has, obviously the physical features to be dominant. He needs to. Something has to click. In his head too. He needs to realize that he could do that. And once he does that, I think he could be a real big force. But you're right. So he needs to be able to be a little bit more level sometimes. When it's down, don't give up. Do things on the court that he could control. Rebound, box out, block shots on defense. Sometimes offense isn't there. Sometimes that dictates it for him. If he plays well on offense, then he plays well. If he makes a couple dunks or shots, he's good on defense. He needs to be able to be solid all the time, and the offense won't be there every night. But he's a good kid.
Do you think it's a matter of character or a matter of age? In his case.
In his case, a matter of age. Right now I think, and it's not saying that you can't do that at a young age. It's more like a maturity thing. No matter what your age is, if he understands that, the sooner he understands that, the better I think he'll be. And he gets it a little bit, but sometimes he just kind of forgets. I think. And gets down on himself. If he's struggling offensively, stuff like this. But he'll get it. I mean, we need him. We need everybody for sure. Everyone from 1 to 12. Even little Dennis today. We needed him. Everyone. We need everyone. So.
And by the way, how do you find him today?
Good. I mean, first time on the court, he's out there. He's pushing the ball. He's doing things. Not afraid. It's good for him. I mean, he's a very young kid. He's by far the youngest. So. He played well, obviously spotty minutes, very little minutes, but I mean, for what he did out there, he did well. So he has a bright future, for sure. If he can keep going, he has a bright future.
And not about basketball, okay? Where is Jackie?
She's at home. She had a conference for her work, so she was in Los Angeles. Now she's flying back tomorrow. So. They will be back Friday in Saratoga. So.
And how was it in Dubai on Christmas?
It was nice. The weather was perfect. That's the biggest thing. She wanted to go somewhere warm, so we went there. It was a really nice city. We were able to even go to the beach, so that was nice and just relax. So we had a good time.
And I thought your parents would spend time with Nora, but I saw you take her with you.
Yeah, no, I mean.
She's so little girl.
Yeah, she's small. But I mean, my parents came with us to Dubai, so all 5 of us went, for the.
I see. So you had enough time for some, I don't know, romantic things.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Have a rest.